Alright, so pile number one, we are gonna draw some cards and we are gonna look at what does your boss think about you currently, like right now. So it's gonna be a general reading. So just take what resonates here. Devotion. I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who's very focused. Like you could be one of those employees here, pile number one, where you actually go to work to do the work. Because you know, sometimes there are people who are like showing up at work, but like they're interested in anything else or in everything else except for the work task. I feel like there is this very intense focus. I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who's very devoted, whether this is like a big corporation or if this is just like a smaller company. Apply it how it resonates. But I feel like this boss of yours, they do also see you as somebody who they can depend on, who they can trust. I feel like these are one of these, like their favorite characteristics here about you. There could also be this energy of you being very loyal to this company or towards this boss is what I'm picking up on. But as I was saying, they see you as somebody who's very dedicated, like you're very focused. You actually are coming in and you're doing the job. Could also be this energy of this boss seeing you as somebody who maybe isn't like the most, I don't want to say that you don't speak a lot, but just like you don't goof around too much like with your colleagues. So while other people are like having fun, you know, making jokes, etc., I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who would rather focus on the work, is what I'm getting. So we're gonna put some tarot cards. I feel like this boss of yours here as well, they do find you to be someone who is, you have a very interesting appearance. I'm not saying that your boss is like romantically interested in you, because I mean, that's not the energy I'm getting. For some of you it is, for some of you it isn't. So take how that resonates. But I do get here that your boss finds you to have a very interesting appearance. You could have an appearance that actually stands out quite a lot. I don't know if it's due to something in your hair color, something here like that. Like maybe you have a hair color that, you know, really, you know, stands out, something here like that. I feel like this boss of yours actually thinks that you have kind of cool appearance. There is this energy of you radiating a lot of energy. There is something about your appearance, like it does make a statement of who you are and your personality is what I'm getting. But we're gonna pull some tarot cards. Okay, so we have the Empress. I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who's very nurturing, very abundant. If this is speaking about business, this boss of yours sees you as somebody who is very trustworthy, very dependable. Like this is somebody, maybe this boss of yours could be potentially seeing you as like their right hand. You know, it's almost like this boss of yours knows that if they were to put tasks on you, like responsibility on you, they know that you would take care of it. They know that you would nurture this project, like you would make it flourish, you will make it pop. I feel like this boss of yours has a lot of trust in you here, pie number one. I just, you know, because that's really the energy that is coming through here. Yeah, for some of you, I feel like maybe you have been working with this boss for like a long time, and maybe it is this kind of relationship where y'all are very good friends today. And so maybe this, like the connection that you have with your boss isn't maybe just, you know, the strict boss and employee dynamic. Maybe y'all are very friendly with each other. There is this sense of, you know, having a home together. Like there is this, there's a word for it, and I can't remember it now. Wait. There is this harmony, there is this familiarity, it is this comfortableness that is going on between you two, is what I'm picking up on. For some of you, there could be this boss could be thinking that, I don't want to say that your boss is thinking that you are pregnant, but if you aren't pregnant, I feel like your boss sees you as somebody who is in a phase or in an age where maybe you are very fertile. So for some of you, like maybe this boss of yours are soon expecting you to pronounce or announce that you are gonna get pregnant, or you're gonna start focusing on your family, something here like that, but take that how it resonates. We have death and rebirth. Maybe there was something that was happening between you and your boss recently. So there could have been an ending, but at the same time, there could have been like a new beginning. For some of you, you could have recently ended a project, and maybe this boss of yours are looking at or thinking about giving you a new project or giving you a new task, is what I'm picking up on. And if you did recently like end or finish like a project, I'm getting that your boss is very content and very happy with the results of it. So that's also what they are thinking about you. But as I was saying, this boss of yours might be looking right now as, you know, what kind of project can we give to pile number one? Something here like that. So we have, I dropped a card. We have Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who is capable of dealing with a lot of responsibilities. There could be this energy of you being very talented, very good at different tasks. I feel like this boss of yours honestly feels like they could throw whatever onto you and you would manage it. Like you would, because you have the skills here. They see you as somebody who's like very skillful. And when things are getting very hectic in your workplace, this boss of yours sees you as somebody who's very good at dealing with it. You're very good in time limited situations where it's maybe high pressure, you know, things needs to be happening fast, stuff like that. This boss of yours sees that you're very good at that. It is this energy of you, like I feel like sometimes this boss of yours thinks, they have these thoughts about you where they are thinking of how are you able to keep yourself so calm, because there could be this energy of like the workplace, the whole workplace could be a little bit like chaotic, but then whenever this boss of yours is looking at you, they're like, they are seeing somebody who's like very cool, very collected, you know, something like that. And I feel like that is like adding to how this boss is also thinking about you as somebody who's like very dependable, is what I'm getting. So we have Three of Cups. For some of you, I'm not getting a third party situation here with the Three of Cups. I'm not getting that energy at all. But the energy that I do get here, pile number 3, is that this boss of yours is looking at somebody who at times can be very playful, very authentic. There is this energy of you, maybe there has been some kind of celebration, or this boss of yours is thinking about having some kind of celebration here with you, some kind of meetup is what I'm getting, especially if you did just finish like a task that was like very hectic or very stressful before you. I feel like this boss of yours is like wanting to create this more intimate moment here with you where, you know, you can just sit down, you can brief about what happened, or, you know, just celebrate is what I'm getting. But once again, I feel like there could be this very authentic energy here coming from you, and how your boss also sees you. Maybe they see that you have a very like good work-life balance here as well. At times you are very focused at work, but then like when you are leaving your work, that's it. Like you are definitely leaving it at home, like at work. You are not a person who's like bringing your work at home, is what I'm getting. Something here like that. And for others of you, there could be a third party situation. I mean, I gotta say it because it is this card. So maybe this spouse of yours is like romantically interested, but like maybe they are in another relationship or married or something like that. Apply this to how it resonates, is what I'm getting. So we have some cards coming out. I feel like this boss of yours, they do see you as one of their favorite employees. There is this star quality here about you. They see you as somebody who's very capable, very independent. For some of you, I feel like this boss of yours could honestly be seeing you as somebody who's like well off, well taken care of, well protected in life. Like you might be living you know, a luxury life, or you might be having a lifestyle that I feel like this boss of yours actually looks up to and they admire, is what I'm picking up on. But they do see you having these star qualities. If there is some kind of romance here between you and this boss, I feel like this boss of yours, there is something here about you where I feel like this boss is like at times wanting to be quite impulsive and just follow their intuition and, you know, come up with some love offer here, is what I'm picking up on. But if this isn't like romantically inclined at all, like if you don't resonate with that, I feel like this boss of yours is like wanting to come in with some kind of offer. As I was saying before, maybe you have recently ended a project, so you're looking for something new here, is what I'm getting. And I feel like this boss of yours is like wanting to stand out. They're wanting to make themselves known here in your life or at this workplace, is what I'm getting. So yeah, pile number 1, I feel like I'm gonna finish off here. I hope you enjoyed it. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So the topic for this reading is, what does your boss think about you right now? And it is a general reading, so you know, just take what resonates, and I hope you will enjoy it. Forgiveness. All right, so for some of you, there might be something that your boss is wanting to apologize for, is what I'm getting. And if that doesn't resonate, I feel like there could be something that you are needing to forgive your boss for. But we're gonna pull some tarot cards here immediately so that we can figure out what's going on here. Okay, so for some of you, this could be a boss that you worked with in the past. And if that resonates, I feel like this boss of yours could be reminiscing a lot about you. I feel like this boss of yours could be missing you. I feel like this boss of yours could be wanting to apologize here for something. Maybe they did something in the past that made you upset, or something like that is coming through here. So I feel like your boss, though, they see you as somebody who has a very futuristic mind. Maybe you have a very futuristic approach. I feel like this boss of yours are thinking of you as somebody, whenever you are taking any kind of decision here, I feel like you are an employee who is thinking at the large picture and not just like your department. There is something here where I feel like your boss sees you as somebody who is able to think bigger than maybe other employees, is what I'm picking up on. And if this is somebody that you worked with in the past, I feel like this is one of the main things that this boss of yours is like missing in other employees today. I feel like they could have had a hard time replacing you, because you did come in with a very unique perspective. I feel like you did come in with a very unique set of skills here, is what I'm picking up on. Pile number 2. I feel like this boss of yours, whether you're working with this boss or not, they see you as somebody who's very studious. You could be a very observant person in general, and like it's a good characteristics to have. I feel like this boss of yours sees that you easily absorb a lot of knowledge, a lot of things is what I'm getting. But there is this energy of you always wanting to learn something. And I feel like this is something that your boss appreciates, because it means like if this boss of yours would give you any task, it's almost like they know that you would study it so detailed that when it requires you to, you know, take some action here or execute some kind of project, like it would turn out very good is what I'm getting, because you study it, is what I'm picking up on. I feel like this boss of yours as well, they could see you as somebody who other people around the office is like trying to copy you. There is this energy of you setting the tone for something. Maybe y'all are some kind of instructor, so maybe you are teaching other people here as well. But even if you are teaching other people, whether you are doing it intentionally or not, I feel like this boss of yours sees that you yourself see yourself as like always a student, so you're always willing to like keep learning, even if you do already have some kind of skills here or some kind of knowledge that you're able to teach, is what I'm getting. But yeah, I feel like this boss of yours sees you as an employee that other people are like looking at, wanting to maybe copy you, or like wanting to do however you are doing it, is what I'm picking up on. I feel like this boss of yours, they could be thinking about some kind of new beginning. We have the sun energy, which is a very masculine energy. So whether you're a female or a male watching this, I feel like this boss of yours thinks of you as somebody who has a very masculine energy at workplace, meaning you're able to take charge if the situations requires you to do that. And I feel like that is also something that this boss of yours is like appreciating. But it's interesting because even if you take charge, like you do it in a lighthearted way, like you do it in a fun way, you do it in a like unserious way. And I feel like that is something that this boss of yours like appreciate, because you're able to bring the lightheartedness into situations or into like the work dynamic, is what I'm picking up on here as well. Maybe you are somebody who's like making jokes with your boss, and if that resonates, I feel like this boss of yours, maybe they don't show it to your face, but I feel like this is something that they do appreciate, because for a lot of you, maybe your boss is somebody who's like a very stoic person. Like he's very like, yeah, it's kind of hard to maybe connect with him on like an emotional level. Maybe he's very like logical, and he's very, you know, materially focused. Maybe he doesn't talk too much, he doesn't smile that much, you know. But I feel like you have this energy about you where you are very lighthearted, and I feel like that is something that your boss really appreciates, whether you are making jokes with them or like bringing jokes to the workplace, is what I'm getting. So we have the World. That was like a bunch of cards. I mean, we're not going to take them, but we can look at them. Okay. So I feel like for a lot of you here, there could be some messages here of maybe your boss sees that you have gone through some kind of spiritual awakening here, or some kind of transition in your life, is what I'm picking up on. I feel like this boss of yours is expecting to see some kind of recognition from you soon. This is like more specific messages, is what I'm getting. There could have been a situation that played out at work where I feel like people could have dealt with you in a very like strategic or cold matter, even like mean matter. But I feel like you like brought love to the situation. You brought a very healing energy, and that I feel like this is like a specific message, but I feel like your boss has like, he remembers that, or she remembers that, or she noticed that, or he noticed that, is what I'm getting. I feel like this boss of yours, they see you as somebody who is like very protected in life. I feel like they look at you as somebody who maybe is wanting to have some kind of new beginning, or this boss of yours is wanting to have a new beginning here with you. Take it how it resonates. There could have been some kind of completion of a cycle here, whether with this company or with a project or something here. And I feel like this boss is like wanting to renew something, is what I'm getting. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Seven of Cups. I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who is about to have a lot of options available to you, or a lot of offers at your table. And I feel like this boss of yours is like wanting you to use your discernment whenever you're gonna choose something, because all glitter is not going to be gold, is what I'm picking up on. Whether all of these offers is coming from your boss, or if it's coming from somewhere place else. But they also see you as somebody who has this ability to have discernment in situations like this. Maybe this boss of yours sees you. I don't know exactly what you are working with here, so just apply this to how it resonates. But if you are working with something here where you are going to pick someone, maybe you are doing the interviews, or you are in HR, I don't know, take it how it resonates. But I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who is good at picking the best options. You have this discernment of knowing what's good for the company or not, is what I'm getting. And I feel like it's almost like this boss of yours could also see you as somebody who at times maybe are using your intuition when it comes to taking some kind of decisions here. There could have been another situation or another message where maybe this boss of yours has seen that whenever you are presented with too many options or too many offers or something like that, too many tasks, maybe you tend to get like overwhelmed. Maybe this boss has overwhelmed you in the past. And I feel like if that resonates, this boss of yours could be wanting to release some of the tasks so that you don't like burn yourself out, is what I'm getting. I'm just gonna pull one more card. The memory got full, so I needed to arrange that. But we had the Queen of Pentacles. I felt like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who is very stable. You could be overall looked at as a very stable person, but I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who has this ability to bring in a lot of money to the companies and a lot of revenues, is what I'm picking up on. And I feel like that is something that your boss appreciates. You do have a very regal energy. It's like this energy of this boss is knowing and looking at you as somebody who should be respected and needs to be respected, is what I'm picking up on, because you are a very strong person. You could be very stubborn at times as well. And if that resonates, that is characteristics that your boss really appreciates about you. There could also be this energy of this boss of yours thinking of you as somebody who is very maturity driven and very money focused. Like you have your mind and your thoughts at the right place, is what I'm getting. But a very stable figure within this company or with this boss. I feel like I'm gonna finish off here pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So the topic for this reading is, what does your boss think about you right now? And it is a general reading, so just take what resonates here. Adaptability. I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who's very good at adapting. You could work in a workplace that is changing quite often. It's a very flexible like workplace. And I feel like this boss of yours sees that you are very good at adapting. If you are somebody who has like a manager role, I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who's very good at adapting the different, it's almost like you needing to put on different glasses every day, or once in a while you need to change it. And I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who's like very good at managing that or dealing with that, is what I'm getting. I feel like this boss of yours as well, there is something about your face that I feel like your boss likes. The structure here of your face is what I'm getting. There is something here about your appearance. Could be the way that you dress that screams like intelligence, is what I'm getting. So whenever your boss sees you, I'm not saying that this is like in a romantic matters, but just like whenever they are seeing you, they are seeing you as somebody who is very intelligent, or they are getting that impression based on how you are dressing, is what I'm getting. We're gonna put some tarot cards. So we have 2 of Wands and we have 10 of Wands. I feel like this boss of yours, they could be looking at you as somebody who's like a very good planner. Maybe you are working with Excel or different, I don't know the names of all of these different things that we use whenever we're gonna plan something. But either way, I feel like this boss of yours sees that you're very good at planning stuff. So maybe you are doing events, or, you know, just apply this to how it resonates. But they see you as being very good at it. It's almost like this boss of yours could be seeing you as somebody who's like very detailed focused. So whenever you are planning something, it's like you're getting all of the details. And I feel like that is something that this boss appreciates with you, because you don't miss anything. And it's interesting because for some of you, I feel like your planning could take a little bit like longer time. So you could at times be a little bit slow, but it's only because you are doing things in a very proper way, is what I'm getting. So whenever you are presenting some kind of results, like it's perfect, and that's what your boss thinks about you. I feel like this boss of yours as well, they see you being able to handle a lot of responsibilities and a lot of tasks. For some of you, I feel like this boss of yours could be wondering if they are like overworking you a little bit here. Maybe they have like on purpose giving you a lot of tasks. So, you know, apply this to how it resonates, because some dynamics here with your boss could be a little bit like, this boss is like intentionally giving you a lot of tasks, is what I'm getting. And for others of you, like it could be this energy of this boss is like thinking of, is wondering if you are looking at like another direction. Maybe if you're like planning on moving away from this company. And if that resonates, I feel like this boss of yours has like a strategy of where they are wanting to give you a lot of tasks. Because if you do have a lot of tasks, it's almost like you will not have the time or the energy to look at, you know, something else, is what I'm getting. So apply this to how it resonates. Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Ace of Cups, and we have the Magician. For some of you, there is this energy of like this boss could be feeling left out in the cold. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you ignored this person, or maybe this boss of yours was like trying to get some information, or they were trying to have some kind of conversation with you, wanting to get some like inside knowledge. Something like that, and I feel like you maybe disliked your boss, or maybe you ignored them, or maybe you didn't give them like the best reply, maybe you were short with them, something like that. And I feel like this boss of yours is like feeling some type of way. I feel like they could be feeling left out in the cold is what I'm getting. For others of you, I'm just seeing this energy of this boss is looking at you as a master manifester. I mean, we have the Magician card, so you are very capable of creating whatever you are wanting to create in life in general. So if you are somebody who's like looking at works outside of this workplace, this boss of yours is afraid. Because it's almost like they know that you, whatever you are putting your mind into or whatever you're putting your effort into, it is going to grow. It is going to be abundant. So it's almost like this boss of yours could be afraid that they are missing some kind of opportunity here with you or something like that. But once again, I feel like this boss of yours could be having some kind of strategy on like how to, I don't know, I'm wondering if your boss is coming in here with some like low vibrational energy, where they are wanting to use some kind of strategy that is like a little bit low vibrational, and like it's not good. It's almost like this boss is wanting to punish you by maybe giving you a lot of tasks or overburden you here with something, and it's due to them being upset. For some of you, I feel like this boss of yours could honestly be seeing you as like a threat. And just like if you were not to ignore them, or I mean, if you were to ignore them, or if this boss of yours feels like you aren't looking at them as the main option or something like that, they do get sad. Like they do get upset. Because I feel like there is this energy of this boss of yours is wanting you to look at them as everything, as the best choice, as the best option, as, you know, this boss is like wanting to be glorified almost. And if they feel like you don't do it, then they get very upset. So I don't know, for some of you, maybe you are aware of this and you're like, well, I'm not, you know, honestly not licking my boss ass, you know. So if that's the energy, then this boss is picking up on that energy and they're feeling some type of way about it. Yeah, I mean, 5 of Wands. For some of you, this boss is thinking about coming in with some kind of conflict. Some kind of conflict. There is something about this boss being a little bit like hostile or win at cost, all cost mentality. I don't know what's going on here, pile number 3, but this boss is like rattled up is what I'm getting. We're gonna pull some more cards. That's so many cards. I would just like to have 1 or 2, please. So we have 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like there is some kind of collaboration. Maybe this boss of yours is seeing you collaborating with other people, is what I'm getting. And if that resonates, they're feeling some type of way about that. For others of you, I'm just getting here that this boss of yours, they do see you as somebody who is a very good match to what this company or what this boss is like wanting to achieve. Because I feel like this boss of yours sees you as somebody who, it's almost like you're the missing puzzle piece to something. They are very interested in having you working with them. And it's almost like for some of you, this boss could be thinking about like having you as their right arm. It's something here about them wanting to teach you something. They are wanting to almost like nurture your development here within this company, is what I'm getting. We have the Page of Cups. For some of you, This boss could be like romantically interested. And this reading just became a lot more messier. Pile number 3. No, I'm joking. But yeah, for some of you, I feel like this boss of yours are romantically interested. And like if you decided to not give this boss romantically attention, this boss is feeling some type of way about that. It's a icky energy coming through here. I'm feeling sorry that I even laughed about it and made a joke about it, because for some of you, like this boss could be somebody who, I don't want to say it, but like maybe they expect something out of their employees, and you know, romantically, and maybe you didn't give that, and since you didn't, this boss is like wanting to give you, it's almost like they're wanting to punish you with giving you a lot of work. I don't know what kind of dynamic this is, so just apply this to how it resonates. If that didn't resonate at all, the message that I'm getting here is like this boss is somebody who could be a very romantic person in general. They could be very lighthearted is what I'm getting. I feel like they could be seeing you as well as somebody who's maybe a bit younger, a little bit naive here. And it's almost like this boss is like wanting, I don't know, they see this very, whenever they are seeing you, they see a lot of potential within you. And it's almost like this boss is knowing that they need to tie you down now, because if they don't, they will lose you in the future, something like that. So if you have been working with this company for like a short time, just know that once your boss saw you, like these are the thoughts that were going through their mind. They saw a lot of potential within you immediately. Yeah, so there was a lot of different messages here. At the bottom of the deck, we also have the 9 of Cups. I feel like this boss of yours could be looking at you as somebody who is very attractive. You could have a very innocent appearance, and I feel like this boss is very drawn to that. You could be looking very youthful. You could be a very charming person. You could be a very loving person, a very open person here is what I'm getting. Yeah, so for some of you, this boss is romantically interested, but that doesn't resonate with everybody. So I feel like I'm gonna finish off here, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed it.